In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we praise and glorify your holy name. We are humbly asking for your divine guidance as we begin our online class today. May you give us the knowledge and wisdom to understand our lesson, and attentiveness and strength to accomplish the task that we have for this day. May everything that we do and learn find its origin in your wisdom, and through you may we find its purpose in our life, in our home, friends, in our neighbor today, and in the future. We ask this through Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Amen. So, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hello, Ma'am Jackie. It's nice to see you again. It's been a while. Wait, let me just. Hi. Can you guys hear me or I'm on
Yes,
mute?
Dokpong.
I do.
Yes.
Hello, Ma'am Jackie. Nakamute kayo, Ma'am.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Jackie.
Krish,
Hi,
nice to see you
Jackie.
again. The last time I heard that you were sick, and it's nice to see that you are doing very well, and nice to see you again, Doc Warren. We're still waiting for Sir Jojo and Doc Don. But
Jojo can't
Ano
make
po?
it, Dokpong. Nasa wedding po siya ngayon.
and si Doc Don,
Baka walang internet. Kasi on and off ang internet ngayon.
yes.
Mulan po na malakas, Dok.
Oo nga eh. I'm currently here sa E. Rodriguez, and actually I'm very very excited because I have one of my very close friend, si Miss Jackie. So let me just first introduce her. And it's the good thing about the technology is it's recorded. So Doc Jojo and Doc Don, just in case you can't attend, at least you still have this video to watch. Now, very excited because we have our very guest speaker. She's very special in the sense that when we were classmates at AIM and went to Japan, but that's more discussion later. So our agenda for today is we invited Miss Jackie Marzan Tolentino. And if we still have time, we will give the cloud to Doc Krishna Alejandrino. Now, for the learning objectives, very simple lang. What we were doing for the past few weeks, we are going to look at a closer look in leadership and change management in the case of RV Marsan and Eton International School. So again, I'm very excited about the story, the challenges, the success story, the everything. And then for Doc Krishna's part, his topic is assigned on what sort of change is called for, design decision, types of change. But um, Doc Krishna, if we are short in time later, we can have it next week, just in case. And then my hope for this afternoon, one of our learning objectives is to see if we can conceptualize a framework from Ma'am Jackie's story, success story sa leadership and change management. From the things that you learn, theories, and from the practicality of the real world experience. And then let us see if we can synthesize the learnings for today. So let me, it is my privilege to introduce our guest speaker today. Again, I mentioned Miss Jackie that this would be a very informal but informative channel platform. So if you're gonna summarize Miss Jackie, she can be uh, labeled as an entrepreneur, educator, and evangelist. So let me first discuss the three E's of Miss Jackie. As an entrepreneur, she started from the recent Ignite Hope Foundation. She's the founder and online content creator. She's also an author of 3 books, From Genesis to Jesus. Provides scholarship grants for disadvantaged youth since 2013 to present. By the way, Ma'am Jackie, our colleague here, so Warren, is also currently writing his book. Maybe Warren can share your book later. And tama-tama, it's for the future generation, for the kids. Same year, 2022, she's currently the president and founder of Eton International School, started 2004 until today. Accomplishment, she's the founder of Eton International School, Eton franchise setup, ad system, and built 3 international schools. Created a virtual school, international speaker and facilitator in Malaysia, internationally certified educator, Dundon Learning Styles, international board member, International Learning Styles Network. She's a champion, Shanghai Aeronautics Competition, initiated the international partnership with IPC and IMYC, piloted the e-learning program from K-12 from Singapore, instigated international school accreditation, introduced iKids competition for grade school and high school students in Manila, created international programs from K to 12, founded in Eton International School. I remember this one, Ms. Jackie, 2004, Informatics Robinson Manila. She is also the president and managing director from 2002 to 2004. And her accomplishments is initiated IT for Humanity, initiated and created call center training program, created the biggest small-based school in the country. And as of 2002, Informatics Harrison Manila, President Managing Director, Philippines from 2000 to 2002. The accomplishment from that establishment or that business venture is initiated Makabagong IT Barangay, a mass-based IT training for the local government. And from that program, she trained 1,000 employees of government security systems, Inc. from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and trained Central Bank of the Philippines employees. And as of 1997 to present, she is currently the director and licensed custom broker of RV Marzan Logistics. Her accomplishments among many would be initiated, trained, completed the ISO 9000 certification of the company, recognized as the Green Lane Direct Traders Input Awardee, chaired the Brokers Importers Direct Access Partnership, set up human resource management program, close accounts like Samsung Pasig River Rehabilitation and Program. Now, very impressive. The list goes long. Local international education and certification education, open broadcasting software program, online editing software 2022, Philippine Educational Theater Association acting 2021, NAS Academy Script Writing and Video Making 2022, East West Seeds Foundation Urban Farming 2021, TESDA Training and Assessor 2018, Hotel and Restaurant Management, namely Cookery, bread and pastry, food and beverage, bartending, and housekeeping. Second, annual building world-class private and international schools, international school practices, Malaysia 2014, International Middle School Year Curriculum, Introduction to IMC Course 2013 Philippines, International Primary Curriculum, Introduction to the IPC Course 2013, Southeast Asia Summer School. It's called Getting Grips with International Primary Curriculum, Learning and the Factors of Learning Singapore 2013. Ekapuno Leadership Program, Philippines 2012, Organization for Change, LEAP Leadership Program, Philippines 2011, Center for Autism and Related Disorders, Professional for Autism Foundation, Good Autism Practice, Developing a Curriculum for Life, Philippines 2009, International Learning Styles Network, Denmark 2008, International Learning Styles Network, 30th Annual Learning Styles Institute, USA 2007, St. John's University Center for Study of Learning and Teaching Styles, Dunedin Instructional Strategies, USA 2006, International School Exchange Program, Educational Training and Field Trip, Jordan, Israel, Egypt, Dubai, and USA. Rome, Lourdes, Germany, London, Singapore, Hong Kong, China, Thailand, and Japan. Organization for Change, Advanced Leadership Seminar 2004, Purposeful Stewardship Institute, Heroic Leadership Course, Philippines 2003, Purposeful Stewardship Institute, Star Shooters Program 2002. And then it also goes in 2001. And then Multiple Intelligence, 8 Smarts of Children, Philippines 2000, Asian Institute of Management, Basic Management Program of 1999, Kaizen and 5S International Certification, Philippines 98, International Standard of Operation, International Standard Certification Program, Philippines 1998, TQM, Bureau of Product Standard 1998, US Certified Learning Style Trainer, UK Certified International Primary Curriculum Educator, UK Certified International Middle School Educator, Asian Trainer in International Schools, Philippine TVET Certified Trainer and Assessor in Culinary Bread, Pastry, Food, and Beverage Management, Bartending, and Hotel Housekeeping. Ma'am Jackie, mag-usap tayo dito regarding this one. National Competency 2, Passer in Culinary Bread, Pastry, Food, and Beverage Management, Bartending, and Hotel Housekeeping. Diploma in Culinary Studies at Eton Global Institute. Diploma in Bread and Pastry, Eton Global Institute. For this is another part of her evangelist and very impressive. For local certification, Religious Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines, Episcopal Commission on Biblical Apostolate. By the way, Ma'am Jackie, Trinity University of Asia is Episcopal, part of Episcopalian group. Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines, Episcopal Commission on Biblical Apostolate, Bible Facilitator Training, 2014 of October, Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines, Episcopal Commission on Biblical Apostolate, Bibliodrama Workshop, Philippines, June of 2014, CICM Mary Hill School of Theology, Second Theological Updating Program, Biblical Theology and Systematic Theology, Missiological, Pastoral Theology, and Moral Theology. Sacramental and Liturgical Theology on Philippines 2014. Episcopal Commission on Biblical Apostolate, 20th National Workshop on the Biblical Apostolate, the Filipino laity evangelized and evangelizing, Philippines 2014. And then Accomplishment Awards and Recognition, Serpotomist Manila, Women of the Year, Asian Institute of Management, Superior Performance Award, BMP Philippines, ABC Women's Basketball Tournament, Philippine Representative in China, University of the Philippines Star Athlete Award, Republic of the Philippines Youth Basketball Team, Customs Brokerage Licensure Examination, Board Nurture Philippines, Samahang Balumpare Inc., 10 Outstanding Youth Philippines, De La Salle University, CSB, Dean Lister Philippines, Philadelphia Salutarian Philippines, Women's National Collegiate Athletic Association, gold medalist in basketball, 3 medals, gold medalist track and field, 3 medals, silver medalist track and field, 3 medals, bronze medalist track and field, 3 medals, palarong pambansa, gold medalist in basketball. And in terms of community service, Nostra Perpetuo Socorro Paris, Biblical Apostolate Head, Philippines 2013 present, Resurrection Chapel Head, Philippines 2022, Archdiocese of Manila Biblical Apostolate, Manila Lay Bible Head Coordinator, Philippines 2014 in 92 parishes. And then, of course, since we're in the academe, it's also important to also mention the educational background. Postgraduate at Harvard Graduate School of Education, Future of Learning, Universal Design in Learning, Leadership Programs in Education, Project Zero. St. John University in International Learning and Teaching Styles, Bank Street College of Education and Early Childhood Education, Japan Association for Overseas Technical Scholarship, AOTS Japan, Program on Entrepreneurship Development, Entrepreneurship Program, and AIM Nova Southeastern University, International Institute for Franchise Education, St. Paul University Manila, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Major in Educational Leadership and Management Philippines, St. Paul University Manila, Masters of Arts in Education, Major in Educational Leadership and Management, Bridging Program Philippines, and then Eton Global Institute, International Culinary Program, Graduate of Asian Institute of Management, Masters in Entrepreneurship 2000, College de La Salle University, College of St. Benil, Bachelor of Science, Major in Marketing 1997, College, University of Philippines, Bachelor of Science, Major in Statistics 1993, and then Intermediate Shanghai Shek College, High School 1991, and Elementary in Philadelphia School, Philippines 1987. So very, very impressive. If you're gonna synthesize everything, entrepreneur, educator, evangelist, and Miss Jackie's passion is the sharing the word of God and building people through innovative and creative programs. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Miss Jackie Marzan Tolentino. So, Ma'am Jackie, good afternoon po. Let me just...
Good afternoon. Parang nagulat ako, sabi ko, parang ang hilig ko atang mag-aral. Sa resume ko, nahiya tuloy ako.
Actually, ma'am, very timely because Doc Don is in Malayan or in Mapua. Warren is also in La Salle, part-time teaching. Krishna, are you teaching also in a university right now?
Not anymore. I'm
Not
a full-
any. But
after my DBA, siguro.
invite kita, tulong ka sa amin.
Yeah, of course.
So, Ma'am Jackie,
Sa amin
I
din,
think
Doc.
everything will be, lahat kami academic in nature so we can relate. Warren, you're also teaching sa ano, no? La Salle, Benil, right?
Yes, Doc. Dasal.
Ayan, ma'am. So again, very informal. Let's talk about leadership and change management. Which among the companies do you want to go first, ma'am?
I don't know if you have the video already of RV Marzan, but that's our mother company. No? We're celebrating actually 50 years this year. Because of the pandemic, there were a lot of changes. So I don't know.
Okay, let me. I'm here currently in the Trinity, and there's what we call the parang. Ato, my YouTube link. Yes, let me share. Let me share so everyone will have.
Show you first our mother company and how we evolve, especially this time of the pandemic. No? Sabi nga, we're now present the changing normal after the 2 years that we experienced something we have not experienced before.
Yes. So here's the video.
Okay, so we are actually in a highly specialized industry. Usually, my father is called the father of heavy lift. So, anytime you see an MRT, trail coaches, every time we have a genset because most of the areas we're in, power plants were built. Our family were is the one who took care of it from end to end, and and right now, all of the oversized, no, pag mga cargos, yan yung talagang specialization namin. And it started by my father and mother, no. It's a mom and pop business. We're a family company, and for so long, all kids, all five of us, usually work in the company from high school. Okay, so that's our training. It's like our playground as well. So all of us started from the bottom until we go up, and each level has its own kind of challenges. So we also do commercial. If you know Colombian Motors, BMW, those are the cars that we import and then deliver also. And Goodyear Philippines, those are our clients. And most of our partners are Japanese. So technically, that's our line of business. So we do things end to end, from air freight, sea freight, customs clearance, transport, warehousing, and distribution. So that's our bread and butter. So maybe I could use, can we play the PowerPoint na lang, Sir Pong? Okay, I can't hear. So while wait, ayan, sige, ayan. Let's see. So during my era, in the 90s, I started doing the ISO certification because in preparation for linking with more international partners. If we can move it. Yeah, so that's my father and that's me as well. And we don't have trucks yet. You know? It's really during the time of Marcos. There was a competition among all brokers. Whoever will release the goods first will be awarded the contract. So most of the hotels during 1970s, we were the one who delivered most of the government projects. So that is where we started everything. And then slowly we got Toyota Motors as our client, and the rest is history. So, sabi ko nga, we are now on our third generation. So, and when you do 3 successions, no, 2 to 3 successions, challenge, no, and change in leadership is critical, and we really have to prepare for that. And next. We were the first few companies who started investing in multi-axle. And yung may mga 100 na tires that can lift, move with one side na tire, no? Kasi most of the equipment from abroad, malalaki siya sobra. So we really need to have a specialized kind of training for this. So yan yung aming vision mission. Okay, sige, next. So my father started the Confederation of Truckers Association of the Philippines, wherein he linked all the truckers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So that is his legacy. It strengthened the truckers and professionalized a lot of things as well. Sige, next. So we do deliver all over the Philippines. Okay, next. So in case in the future you'll have you plan to import or export, let me help you with that. So now my son is he's the managing director of RV Marzan, and we are 5 in the family, and we'll tell you the story on how circumstances allowed us to change. Okay, next. So I'm a licensed broker as well. Yeah. Okay, next. Okay. So we have around 100 trucks nationwide. So it's called One Chain Total Solution. Okay. So if you go to Boracay, Guimaras, makikita niyo yung mga windmills. Yan, kami yung mga nag-deliver ng mga windmills sa Philippines. Of course, with a change of government, it also affects us, no? Whenever pag government projects ka kasi, kahit na may contract ka, and then iba yung magiging president, sometimes naka-hold yung mga projects. So that is also a challenge that typically happens. So kailangan you have to have backup businesses. So besides the heavy lift industry, that's why we have also the PEZA clientele, like Epson and more, Neltec, so that yun ang aming bread and butter as well. We also did a lot of concerts mula yung kay Michael Jackson. Kami mga events. So ito yung mga MRT and railway, PNR. Since most of you are in the academe, no? So typically sa nation building yung aming focus. Okay, next. And so we have offices in Manila, Cavite, and Laguna as well. Okay, thank you.
There's another file. Would you like me to share it, Ms.
Sige.
Jackie?
Yes, again.
Okay.
And then later, at least I'll just give you an idea of what we do.
Would it be the companies in the new normal? Is that the other one? Okay.
We can do that. So what happened during the pandemic? Of course, we were affected, no? Because typically our business is dependent on manufacturing companies and government projects. But because of the pandemic, a lot of things shut down. Because there are problems in terms of importation, na-trap yung mga containers abroad. That a lot of things happened, no? So as a family, we have to decide on how to survive. Although, sabi nga ng parents ko, even if we don't work at the moment, it's okay. But of course, the number priority are also our employees. So we had to really decide on what to do, and these were our actions. Okay, so there are 5 of us in the family, and we focus on our strengths. So for me, I really like education and technology. That's why we built Eton National School from preschool to high school. There are other schools. We have the Eton Global Institute. Yan naman yung mga for training for TESDA and also deployment. And also we're setting up the Eton preschool franchise. My sister focused on real estate because my family, aside from RV Marzan, my mom was into real estate, and she decided to focus on it. So she became one of the biggest real estate in Makati. So started from condominiums, rental. Now they're expanding not just in the Philippines, no, but also in France and other countries. So halos if you go to Poblacion, that's an area wherein we have a lot of investments. No, usually before we focus only in Manila, but now we saw that it's also good to invest in other cities. And magpa-plug na rin ako, Dr. Wine. Dr. Wine, if you go to BGC or Makati, it's a #1 wine bar. It's a French restaurant owned also by my sister. And we decided as a family to divide RV Marzan. So my brother previously was into politics, focus on the heavy lift cargos. And we said that we cannot just survive only for transport. So we focus now on construction. And we focus also on renewable technology. A lot of, what do you call it? Solar panels are being installed, 600 hectares. That is one project that we closed, and that is under his area. And the last one, actually, meron pang ibang companies, but this one is actually for health. No, we have gym, and then small Hollywood barbers, and nag-focus kami ngayon sa agri. I didn't put the logo anymore, no. But I realized, no, during the pandemic, as a family, we all wanted to be healthy.
Yes.
Because we cannot just survive with canned goods, no. I remember we were panicking yung first lockdown, no, yung 1 month na lockdown. I think we bought a lot of canned goods, and we got sick, no, because of course the salt content. And then one of my friend Louis, no, you know naman, Doc, no. He started urban farming and he taught me. So now we are doing farm to table, and we're teaching our kids to do the same, because I think that's really the next area of growth. So now yun ang decide namin to grow differently. Sige, can we have the next one? So from the original family business, we now have the school. We send our students go to Harvard after, no? And here is the real estate. We focus on Rockwell and BGC, high-end area. Yan naman yung focus. Then Dr. Wine, that's the wine bar. And the one who focus on the special projects and construction. So now I want you to create your own acronym for change, because honestly, change, sabi na every 5 years something happens to a corporation. Iba 7 years, iba 10 years. But my father died 20 years ago, and that was a big change for us. And my brother had to step up. Ganun kasi pag family corporation, no? Somebody has to focus on growing the company. So my mom and my brother stepped up, and I focus on education while helping the family business. So the challenge comes in different form, because you have challenges in the office, and when you go home, it's the same topic, you know. It's part of your meal, no? That's why ang bonding namin is really eating, no? Because that's the time we relax. Because in the business of logistics, it's 24 hours. Anytime yan that you are needed, you have to go. And age, no, it's heart-wrenching. And iba naman, age, sometimes it's also hostile, no? But why do I say that? Because I remember when I was new to the company, I wasn't nominated as the head immediately. I became a messenger. Even if I was in college, I thought I would be given the the highest position, but no, we have to earn our stripes. So I had to institute a lot of changes, and I remember 3 of our managers suddenly resigned because of the changes I wanted to implement. And then, of course, I wanted to prove myself, but that time my parents supported me. But I realized if you wanted to introduce change, there has to be hard and soft technique. If not, it will be a hostile. There will be a hostile effect. Aggressive. When you start something, you have to finish it. During this pandemic, we have to have tough decisions because we invested heavily in the equipment. One equipment is like 100 million, and we had several. No, we imported because we were getting ready for the projects of the Duterte administration, because we closed a lot of projects during the Aquino administration, but they had a change of decision. We had to wait. So we have to now solve, okay, what will be our priorities in terms of financial obligation? And then, so that is already something that is very important as an organization. And change will not go away. Every day there is something to do, and you have to really decide what direction you'll have. And we decided as a family that the family is more important than the business side. So whatever it is that each of us siblings decided, then we will support 100%. And also, Gino, it's also a time for growth for each one of us, because as a family, we're very close knit. And usually the patriarch is the one deciding for everything. And when he died, of course, my mom is the one deciding. But then we realized, especially this pandemic, we can also grow differently, but still allow our family business to blossom. And it also be exciting, because if you don't have joy in doing all of this, it's a useless exercise. So for each one of you, I want to ask, what will be your acronym for change? Can you create an acronym that is all negative? And can you create an acronym that's all positive? Because it depends on how you see things. Each one as a leader, decisions very important. You can just either, in this pandemic, there's a lot of companies who close. Even if they're big companies, a lot of big companies decided, if this is not what I wanted to do, I won't waste my time anymore, because health is more important. And I think we respected that as a family, because during this pandemic, 10 family members got COVID. So given that, we really said, okay, do we really want this? Because remember, we are in the second to third generation of succession. My son from Singapore decided to come back to now lead the family business, so that the 5 of us siblings will now lead different companies and we are still a director of the family business. So that's what we did for all of us to grow. And now 4 of my nephew are now joining the company, but divided into different areas. So your students, no, maybe they can create an acronym, and that can be the pattern or the pro. From there, they can create a pattern. For example, challenging in a positive way, you could use creative. Whenever you see a problem, what would you focus? Okay, this is a challenge, okay? Or I can have creative solutions for it. H could be negative, hostile, or heart-wrenching, but it could also be an area of hope, no? A, it's aggressive, could be, or is it another A, the positive is action-oriented. N, not going away, another N that's positive, never giving up in spite of the challenge. Actually, during this pandemic, we learned how to negotiate. And we realized you can save a lot of money by negotiating. Because before, it's okay, no? But during the pandemic, you have to tighten your belt. So we learned to really negotiate. And I realized that's a very important quality of a leader. And G, of course, if it's negative, going down. But if positive, it's growth. E, for negative, it would be all of you will become enemies. No? Because not just in the family, but also your managers, your employees, diba? You'll have something that where you hate each other because there's something, it's always change. But for me, positive is something exciting. So you can create your own acronym, because sometimes acronym for me it's easier to remember. You can do a lot of flow charts, no? You can do PDCA, like plan, do, check, and act. But for me, it's easier when you do an acronym from negative to positive. So it's like an appreciative inquiry set up. So choose the things that are positive, and from there you build on it and you benchmark. So that's something that you can all do, and something wherein you can all start from. Okay. So I'm gonna have an anecdote. Coca-Cola CEO, I just read this, no, that during the pandemic he earned $50 million during the pandemic. Of course, wow, huh? For a CEO, even if the economy is down, he earned $50 million. And now there comes someone who decided not to become part of the management team. He earned $500 million. And who is he? Of course, he is Warren. No? We know him. No? So you realize that before, the only decision that we have is, I will be the next president of the company. A lot of people, they have employee mindset. They want to be the manager. For families of entrepreneurs, you'll be the president so that you can decide on your own. But now we decided during this time that we could also become investors for investing in different industries and investing. We used to partner with Japanese. Now we employ Japanese to help us close accounts. So there was a change in mindset. Before, we do not invest on condominiums. Ayaw namin ng walang land. My mom will always say, no, that's nothing. But now, it's a change of mindset. No, if you invest in Rockwell, then it's okay because it will always go up in spite of times. No, so there are things that we were very conservative in terms of financial decision that during the pandemic, it opened our eyes because when you have a crisis, you could either fear it, no? Or look at it differently and solve the problem. So I think for us, we realized that we could still stand on our own and support the family business. So what happens now is when we do businesses, the meeting place is at Dr. Wine. And then for foreigners, they need a place to stay down. We have a real estate investment area. If they want, they can bring in their family. We have a school. For leisure, we also have an area for that. So it's like a complete business setup. So I think for us, this pandemic is a blessing. There were a lot of challenges. I will not say it's so easy, no, but it allowed us to look at it differently. Even in school, no, I realized I earn more in online than in face to face. So we changed how we see the financials and on how we close deals. It changed. So we realized that we are grateful that after this pandemic that we help one another and had faith with each other. Because if not, no, we will all collide. We will, as a family, will all collide because you have different priorities. So that's how we did in terms of our leadership styles. We respected each one, and what happened was in every organization, even if it's a family business, there will be people who work well with each other. No, sila yung magpa-partner. There are leaders who want to do it alone, and we respected the space. And then he will only or she will only ask help pag tapos na, para bang celebration na. We focus on the talent and the skills of each one. Before kasi laging family, and then we have to do as a family. Now we just have one vision, and then we have multiple ways of achieving it. So that's how we did in terms of the change that COVID gave us, because there is no handbook during this lockdown. That's the main difference. Even if I went to AIM, it helped me create, like, say, yung VMocracies, Patres, no? Even if I went to a lot of schools, but COVID changed it all. Parang you're back to zero, and you have to learn fast in terms of technology. So there are things that pwedeng old school, but I think COVID allowed us to see and to focus on the things that we like to do. Kasi we don't want to waste time anymore. Forcing our family member, you have to stick in this area alone. We forgo that old system and old setup. So I think that's it, no? In terms of our story, yun yung story ng companies namin and how we evolved during the pandemic. I'll share to you the video of ito. I just want to share this, no? Typically, as of course, no, since you are in school, and what is the strategy? During the lockdown, honestly, there's no black and white. We cannot really do, since there's no time. Unlike before, okay, we have 5-year plan, we have 3-year plan, we have 6 months plan. No, actually, it's all straight. No, we change everything. We go back to our values as a family, because that's who we are. And we decided not to accept businesses that is not who we are. It's easy to make money in different ways, but we decided, no, these are the things that we will say yes to and we will say no to. Yun yung very clear to us. And in terms of leadership engagement, since each one of us know each other very well, we had a family encounter. I don't know if you experienced that, no? In the family encounter, what happens was you will say first the good things about your family. And then after that, you have to tell them what are your issues per family member. Of course, there's a spiritual director, no, to become the the mediator. But that is where we bonded, honestly. Without that, I'm sure we had gone separate ways. So it helped us to create a vision. So we have a vision board. Yung una, wala pa siyang words, all drawings like that. So each one will have a contribution. This is what I want to happen. And the family member will tell, okay, I want that too, so I'll support you with that. So because there's an ownership, then we respect who will lead this project and who will support this project. In terms of organization alignment, what happened was we still allowed the elders to choose the people he wanted to use, no? So we divided also the employees and to different companies. People who wanted to stay in the mother company, they stayed because they're around 25 years, with the company. Some of them had 40 years already. So during the pandemic, we had a retirement package for some. But also we celebrated, this year, sabi namin, in spite there was a pandemic, we celebrated everyone. Yung naka 40 years, may house and lot sila. So we have to have positive news after all of this. So I think that bonded the whole organization. Kasi syempre, when you have different organizations, tend to compete also. But with that, they now see a bigger picture that we are one. And then communication. That's why you use technology, but since we have also a lot of people who are seniors, touch it's very important, when you communicate to them. uh, Family member, parang family member mo pa rin yung mga senior group, no? But for the new one, technology based na, so may mga strategy para sa mga senior group, junior as well, no? At saka in training. And then in terms of training support, since that's one of my core expertise, yan naman yung ginawa namin na, okay, meron for management, meron din for other employees. And then change readiness and sustainment. We also give opportunities for some who wanted to move on. If they wanted to move on to different industries, then actually pandemic is like parang nasala niya yung mga tao who wanted to still do it after all these years. So we respected those who decided to go, and we now have people who really wanted to stay and grow the company. So that basically is what we did during the pandemic. And now what happens is, if one of the family businesses has a better, let's say, HR manual, we help one another. I think it's a better policy, is what you do, no? So that's what we did, benchmarking with one another. Okay, next. There's the next slide, please. Of course, this is a VUCA world, no? I'm sure alam niyo yung term na to, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. But at the end of the day, once a family member, a senior family member decide something, we already respect it, because we talk about it extensively before we tell our employees. And we respected the boundaries of one another. I think during the pandemic, we became closer, even our employees, because we gave them a choice, no? A, do you want us to let go of people? Because there was time during the first few lockdowns, there's no work, no? And imagine we had 500 employees, no? Or B, we will do flexible hours. And they decided they will, some of them decide to sacrifice all of us. The executive, in terms of benefit, we decided first for our family, okay, well, these are the things that you will cut. And then the employees decided to also help. But we told them, once you get back, then these are the incentives that we will give you. So we're really grateful to our employees. No? That's why when we celebrated last April, we wanted really to say thank you for not giving up, especially during the times of the most challenging times in the industry. Okay. So each area has a different strategy. But of course, during that time, everything is urgent and everything is important. You cannot say this is so urgent. There's no more division. If one company needed help, we will all focus on that company. So remember, during those times, the restaurant closed. No, there was a time no one is in the mall. So during that time, they had she focused on other family business, and then now they're doing very, very well. So it's just a matter of really supporting and really being clear on what you really wanted. Next. Okay. So in the organizational change, during times that everything is okay, you can develop a lot of things, honestly. No, I'm telling you firsthand. You could introduce ISO, you could introduce a lot of quality programs, you could invest in it, technology, etc. And people will say, okay, they will really support you if you become if you do your job well. No? If not, the first few months of change, they will not support you. if I remember, wala, hindi pa masyado sa computer sa customs. So, nilalagay ng sugar. si CR computer. But now, hindi mo na kailangan, you don't have to go to work, no? Isang click lang, tapos na ang customs, no? Of course, once they say, tingnan mo, I think it's a better way of doing things. You will have this transitional. But transformational is what we wanted. Wherein they don't need us anymore as leaders. It means they own that this is my company. Their heart and soul is really there already. That's the toughest, no? Ibig sabihin, you did your job as a leader. They do the things not because there's a deadline, I wanted to do this, no. Because they see you and alam nila if they need you, you're also there. It's really a heart of a leader, yung panghuli. Sabi nga nila, in terms of change, there is the area of forming new groups. Then storming the heavens, they need to support you. If not, mag-break down to. And then, mag-stabilize sa norming stage. And the last is performing stage. Yung performing, yan yung happiness na natin eh. Ibig sabihin, results are coming in, no? You don't have to be there. Before kasi, pag sa start ng change, every day you have to be there. Lahat check mo in details. But when you set up a system already, you know the questions you need to ask. Okay, in terms of sales, in terms of expenses, in terms of quota, you already know, and there is trust already. Trust kasi is very hard, no? And sabi nila, the millennials and the Gen Z, the Gen Alpha, iba na yung employees ngayon. Unlike before that they last, no, for 25 years, 30 years, the generation now, they can work with you, siguro matagal na yung 1 year. 1 year, maximum of 2 years, siguro ganyan. Unlike before, 3 generations yung binibigyan mo ng scholarship yung anak. So, 3 generations of their families work in your company. But now, since technology, there's a lot of options for millennials and A and Z, no? They can work online, no? They can even work abroad, nag-work sila. So, now, kailangan maging dynamic yung HR mo on what you offer to them as well in terms of incentives. So, those are the changes that we did as a company. So, I hope you learned something. So, I have one video about the school where when we started, and we did a lot of online, no? Maybe that's the last video, Doc.
Yeah, let me check on that.
Actually, some of our students, before we were only preschool in the mall, no? And then grade school, most of our students, kasi grade 6 lang yung Eton before, goes to Malayan High School before. So, sabi ko, I think being educator is something different, and it's very important in an organization para yung training nila solid as well. I don't know if not, it's okay, no? Only, I think is it there?
What's the name of the link?
Eton, it's Eton link.
Okay, let me check. There's a one in YouTube, right?
Yeah, sa YouTube, yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the one.
Eton School?
Yeah,
Eton
yeah.
School.
Yeah.
Wait. International School AVP.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me play that.
Okay, and to you, yung a business is close to my heart.
Ma'am Jackie, since 2004 tong Eton, right?
We started with preschool, and now we're all the way.
Oh, wait. Let me just have this. Grabe, Ma'am Jackie, international field trip for a preschool. Kasama ba yung mga parents sila doon? Or
Yeah, every year, kami one plane kami halos eh. We go to Japan, iba-iba, bago mag-pandemic, no? Iba-iba, one country per year. Pero of course, with the pandemic, hindi kami maka-travel.
with regards to the visa, is there any issues sa mga bata?
No, it's easy for the visa. We went to we went to Europe. We were supposed to go to Korea and Holy Land yung tour pero now siguro it's harder to go in a big group. Before no problem, and then it's really educational. So that's what
Wow, Europe for a kid. Galing. Sige.
Parang tayo lang, right? Di ba? Because we always go abroad. Diba? Sa Japan, and then we saw a lot of new things. No? So I think it will also open their mind. We can do this also in the Philippines. Yeah.
Galing, galing. Okay, wait. Let me check if there's any file. Is that all the files, Ms. Jackie?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So maybe in this point, maybe we have some questions or clarifications, but it's indeed very inspiring kasi for the previous speakers, it's an institution, international institution, but now we have a family corporation, which is totally different in the sense of how they manage their business. I know some family business, Ma'am Jackie, they during the COVID, the business didn't go well because they did not diversify. Second, the family members was not really united. It was the time that they got separated. And then the vision was that their family values was not there. Sad, but it's not permanent. It's maybe a temporary ano lang naman. So later on. So I would like to ask my colleagues, Doc Don, Doc Krishna, Doc Warren, what are your thoughts? Information overload kami, ma'am eh. Warren, do you have any? Baka may gusto ka magtanong regarding sa book mo. Jackie has some tips in terms of writing. Maybe sige, later on we'll discuss your book. Maganda yung book niya, Miss Jackie. It's really for the kids and for young learners. Very good values. It's the thing that Warren, were you one of the professors, si Doc Montemayor?
Yes, Doc.
Ayun.
Doc Conrad
No, Ma'am
Montemayor.
Jackie, if you still remember si Doc Montemayor, he was one of our colleagues sa AIM who went to AOTS with us.
I remember AOTS, and then really had fun. So sabi ko nga, even if you come from different, we come from different, sa AIM, may MBA, may MA, but I think it bonded us, and sa akin very important yun when you do things
Yes.
Iba yung kahit na short yung stint ng when you go abroad or somewhere else, you learn a lot from people how they are.
And you get to know the person better because you travel together and learn culture. Anyway, sige, any questions or insights? Or do you have your acronym sa change? I think maganda yon kasi I think sa academy we always look at yung plan, change, etc. But the change approach was much easier and more effective that way. No? Warren, Don, Sir Krishna, do you have any questions or thoughts?
Yeah,
Doc,
sige, Warren.
Actually, very short lang yung process ko sa talk ni Ma'am Jackie, no? Kasi actually, I was really amazed lang while all throughout the process when she was discussing. Kumbaga, piece by piece, I learned piece by piece from each presentation. You know what dwelled in my mind lang? Kasi Ma'am Jackie, normally, I learned this from one of the articles I've read, or I'm not sure if article or guest speaker na nagsabi. Now, normally it's on the third generation when family corporation starts to fail. So, and I believe your company is already on the second to the third generation. So, kumbaga, I was really amazed na the company is the company survived, no, going through the third generation. And I'm also working with family corporation as well. I mean, a big family corporation. Okay lang naman siguro i-name ko na yung company. I work with the SM group of companies. I'm not I'm not one of the C, but I work for them. Okay, hindi po ako billionaire. How I wish I'm one of them. But,
Well, soon you might be a billionaire, sir, di ba?
go Dynasty the second kasi may Go Kong Wei na eh.
Yeah.
So actually yun po yung that's what I'm thinking, no. Actually I think the religiousness of the family and the values of the family is what brought them together, brought you together. And yun yung that's something that it's quite challenging kasi not all families are quite religious. Although minsan religious in the front lang, palabas lang, pero sa likod hindi naman talaga. So yun yung ko, medyo doon na-capture yung attention ko na yes, I was amazed with your family culture, no? At the end of the day, itong change na ito with your family, it's something, or it's a culture that you created, that your family created. And I hope this culture will be spread out to other companies as well and other family corporations. More of comment lang po, Doc Pong. hindi ko masyadong wala ko masyadong maisip na tanong para sa company ni Ma'am Jackie.
Actually, Warren, no, tama yung na-highlight mo because during this pandemic, we almost broke apart talaga because ibang direction. But it was my mom who said, no, we have to focus on who we are as a family, yung values namin. And no matter what, we can lose everything but not our family. So with that decision, nag-agree kami lahat. Kasi if not, no, pwede naman mag-separate. It's the easiest. And just let two companies go. But because of that decision, sabi ko nga, yung prayer from mother, that is very powerful. And yung sabi mo yung sa third generation, laging sinasabi yon. Nako, pag third generation, wala na. But ako, I wanna dispute that. Because if the third generation is very close to the family, although my son, no, he studied abroad, but when he was growing up, lagi siyang exposed sa business, no, how our parents work hard, how we work hard. Sabi nga sa amin, typically, no, when you marry, diba, usually yung babae sa bahay na lang, typically, no, but sa amin hindi, we're all working women. Strong women. So, yun yung sinasabi namin sa next generation, they have to realize you have to work as one, yung new partner mo. And you have to help build the next generation pa. Kasi not out of obligation, but because you wanted. My son is already doing very well abroad. But, sabi nga, in a dream, sabi daw ng dad ko, go back and help. He left everything there and wanted to help out the family. So I think pag close-knit kayo, malaking bag. And during the COVID, yun yung pinaka-time na talagang we hold on to faith in God talaga. Yun yung nag-unite sa amin lahat. And siguro yun ng yung bang makikita mo na you wanted to see the better version of each family member. Ayaw mong successful yung isa tapos isa down. Hindi yun success for us. It's parang useless yun for our family. No? That's our definition. Kailangan lahat kayo magtulungan. All for God's glory. So yeah, thank you, Warren.
Thank you, Miss Jackie. Frankly speaking, I've seen the flip side of it. No, where I work with, I've seen the flip side of it. And it seems like each family member is a competition. So kaya talagang amazed ako kasi uh, currently sa family ni Tatang ni Henry C. Senior, nasa third generation na talaga yung management. But I see many of the minsan medyo not in agreement to everything. No, talagang minsan it came to a point na parang competition pa nga minsan pero it depends maybe because of the family values as you were saying, no. Depende talaga sa family values and the family faith. I suppose malaking bagay talaga siya. So, yun lang po. Thank you, Miss Jackie.
Thank you, Doc Warren. Family values and yung faith. These are two critical items talaga. Doc Krishna, do you have anything that you
Yeah. Hi, Miss Jacqueline. I'm also in education sector, but more on enhancement program in partnership with multinational corporation. And if you're familiar with Cha-Ching financial literacy program, so we are the #1 provider of financial literacy program for kids, grade 4 students for free. So actually we have a TV show in Cartoon Network, Cha-Ching. So if your kids are watching Cartoon Network, that's one we manage to teach financial literacy, and then we also teach teachers about financial literacy and cascade it to the students. Right now, we have more than 250,000 students enrolled in our program for free nationwide, and hopefully we can touch a lot of students, both public and private, with our advocacy for financial literacy and entrepreneurship.
That's good.
So yeah, we have also simulation in Japan. I've heard that your students are exposed in Japan, but the largest simulation to expose these children to life's career is in Atlanta. We have a discovery center similar to the one in BGC na nag-close na, Dokpong, yung Kidslandia. We have that in Atlanta. Pero it's a different version. It's a 1 hectare simulation facilities for children. So that's enormous it is. Maybe we can also invite you to be part of the program later. And I'll get in touch with Doc Pong.
Yes.
How we can collaborate with your students and expose them with international competition as well.
Galing.
Great. No? Also, no, since we are involved with a lot of churches also all over the country, we could also link that, no? Because financial literacy, even from the top to bottom, are really something that would really elevate, no? And alleviate also our country. So that's it. No? Maybe we can work things out.
Yeah. Actually, going back to our discussion about change management, now I really admire your family corporation to sustain its ability to be resilient despite the pandemic. But I agree with Doc Warren that most of the time, third generation for a family corporation, there's always challenges for third generation family members who will run the company for the next generations to come. So may I ask, since I believe you mentioned a while ago that you and your family members actually started at the bottom, instead of your parents give it to you the position as silver platter, you earn your rank through meritocracy. So what family policy or guiding principles that you have so that this idea of meritocracy will continue to the next generation to come? I've heard about the story of the John Gokong way that there's a family policy regarding admitting one family member in the corporation, especially with the in-laws, that no in-law should be allowed to interfere with family corporation. And if you want a position in a company, then you have to earn it. and you had to compete with existing executive to run the company. Otherwise, you cannot be part of the family corporation. And that's basically the family core values of the Gokong Ways. May I ask if there are such thing in Marzan Corporation, a guiding principles that no matter what, this will be the direction, the mantra of the company for the next generation to come?
Well, everything's not set on stone, no? But in terms of leadership position, yes, each member has to earn their stripes because they have to learn everything, and they have to be mentored by a senior leader, especially a senior family member. It takes years, no? But now, no, think you can do things faster. Before kasi from high school kami to college, or all working students. But now, we don't, hindi na ganun, because kids can now operate and learn the skill and focus on different industry very, very well. So, definitely each company, dapat ang head isang member ng ng family na in terms of organization. In terms of in-laws, what typically they don't join the group. But if let's say the wife wants to work, it's either she has to study and then she will be given her own company, not the family business. She will start her own company. Could be something related to the industry or something that she likes to do. Because yun na magiging challenge. Paano pag naghiwalay? Example, no? It's a complicated issue. No? So I think that's how we work things out as of now. Wala pa kami doon sa kasing laki nila Gokong Ways sa kanila But for now, in terms of experience, yun yung ginagawa namin. You have to create your own. If you don't want to join, we will support you in building in terms of training, network, and all. That's how we started Dr. Y, no? Also, come visit us. No? My sister married a French guy who's into restaurant in Shanghai, and they started it together, and now it grew. But we supported sa background as a family. So, gano'n, hindi siya nag-join ng family business, new business yung gagawin. So, in whatever happens, kung you started that, that's your own. Kung mag-part man tayo. So, gano'n. Para walang magulo.
Because
Galing,
in business lab and actually managing an enterprise is an interrelated.
But when you get married, they also bring in new sets of skills, new sets of competencies. So that's why we were open to other businesses. So I think that's how you can support eh. Kasi since they don't know the story, syempre iba yung skill ng transport and logistics, no? Cross with something foreign to a lot of people. It's not easily that you can master. But ngayon, sa technology na yung mga third generation, but NFT na yung ginagawa nila. So, nanganganak lang na nanganganak. Ganyan.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I have also friends from manufacturing company, and then they send their children in Singapore to study Masters of Business Administration. Actually started doing the bachelor's degree in business. And the orientation in Singapore is very different the way we handle business in the Philippines.
True.
When my friend asked his children to take part in the organization, that's the start of the problems came in. Because when they run the business, it's very different the way that the parents handle Filipino-owned company. And then I remember one of my friends says, you know, I have a hard time talking with my children on how to run our family business because they want to change the way we want it to be.
That's true.
Then, ano nga, sabi niya, alam mo Chris na parang nag 25-30% ang employees turnover namin kasi he imposed so many changes that is similar to the principles that he applied in Singapore, the way they do business. And you know, in the Philippines, it's very different way on how we do process here. So, how would you advise for example, your son or your daughters came from a very different background from Singapore or even Harvard University and then run your own family corporation, that to make it sure that the same core values of the company will still maintain?
In terms of my son, no, he studied high school in Singapore and then went to UK. So and worked in both countries. It's true. It's so true that they do things differently. They're very, very organized and very professional. And dito kasi meron pa tayong pusong family, no? In terms of
Yes.
pwede ka magpatawad pag if may nagkamali. But sa kanila, it's really black and white.
Yeah, it's by the book, di
By
ba?
the book siya, no? So, like I said earlier, during my time, at yung first na change ko, 3 managers, yung 3 key managers ang nag-resign. Buti lang sinuportahan ako ng dad ko, hindi ako disown. So, kasi I was studying. I'm a master. So, syempre, pag sa master, the doctor mo, kung ano natutunan mo, kailangan apply ka agad. And then, discuss, di ba? As I grew older, I realized, you know, I am so happy they supported me during those decision times. Because if not, yung confidence mo naman babagsak ng family member. Now, for my son, what we did, hindi muna siya part ng organization when he came back. At first, because he's an architect and engineer, no? So, iba yung industry niya. Although, ang training in Singapore is logistics din. No? So, una, ang hirap ng transition. But ang ginawa namin, okay, may project ka man, okay, since design ka, so ikaw muna you help in the real estate. So you do a project, one hotel first, one restaurant first. You design, finish it end to end. Then mabibuild. When he was able to do that, nung confidence ng family tumataas. He can do more. Project lang. Kasi ang project may beginning and end. Pag part ka ng organization, nandun ka na sa loob. Mahirap na mag-HR. Siyempre, mabilis magtanggal yung employee, pero paano mo tanggalin ng pamilya mo? Very hard. Kundi mag-away kayo, right? So, given that it's the first project, ang second project niya was in still in his strength, no? Designing. Okay, ito yung warehouse. Walang position ka, but ayusin mo siya. You have to be creative and resourceful. Whatever you have available, use that. That was the challenge. It was a challenge, no? Una, hindi siya pinapansin ng mga tao namin, honestly. Kasi walang position naman eh. Alam lang niya anak, no? But it's not yet official. So it was very hard. So doon niya natutunan yung concept ng humility eh. Kasi syempre ang taas mo na sa ibang bansa. Tapos here, you don't have a title, you have a project, a big object, a big goal. How will you rally the people behind you? So doon siya natutong makisama. Kasi if not, siguro kung he didn't do that, they won't support him in his decision. So pinakita mo na niya yung result. Nagawa niya to, hindi namin susuportan, but he finished the whole warehouse and he redesigned it at this cost. Diba kung ang budget, for example, X million, nagawa niya ng 500,000 lang. So parang, I think, may check ka ngayon. So ngayon, yung senior relatives namin na head din ng corporation, may potential. Magtitiwala na. Kasi you have to earn the trust. Then he came after those 2 projects. As a family, pumayag na sige, pasok na natin siya sa main business. One organization na, officially. So, ganun siya nakapasok sa company. Hindi siya yung instant na managing director. He has to go through, kasi if not, he will quit eh. Diba? Pag sinabi, nako, I can't do it, then, okay, we won't hurt each other. At least you tried. Natapos mo yung project, at least yun yung ending. Then pag sinabi niya, I think it's what I wanted to do, now ready ka na sa organization. I think that's something that is, based on our experience, okay yun. So yung third generation namin, puro ganun. Project-based ka muna. Then you earn your stripes. Then you decide, yes ka ba? Then papasok ka na sa organization. So that's how we did it.
Parang it's just for me. Ganun ang member. At the end of the
Para ka lang contest na ganun.
para sa American Got Talent. It's just for me. Pero it's very interesting kasi again with a set of family corporation with a different background, different education. Parang it's complex yet the approach was very, very practical, very measurable. And siya, since project, meron siyang limitations as well. Galing.
At saka, since, ito pala, bago ko makalimutan, we check yung bawat member, are you global or analytic?
Global or analytic?
Your right brain dominant or left brain dominant? Pag left brain ka, you're very detail-oriented. So detail-oriented, okay ka sa finance. Okay? Sa loob, no? Do the strategies and all. But if you're global, you go and close contracts. Ikaw yung people person. Ikaw yung big picture, big vision. So doon nakahati typically ang roles ng family. And very clear, lahat kami nag-training for that. Kaya alam namin, since global to, ito, ang galing ito, may pag global ka kasi one season ka, you'll do your best, okay, stop, next event, next project, palaki ng palaki. Pag analytic ka, kailangan from beginning to end, ultimo piso, very detailed. Cost-cutting measure is very, very detailed. So, nagbabalance out sila. May big idea ka, tapos ito titingnan niya yung budget. O paano? So gano'n, may balance. Diba I forgot yung owner ng isang basketball team ata siya, no? I just forgot his name. One of the Dragons, no? Ang sa kanya sabi niya, I'm the big picture, but I always have a partner who's good in numbers. So sa family namin, laging may CPA. Gano'n na lang. Laging every generation meron nakatutok dun sa area na yon. So, yun lang, before I forget. But it's very important sa business yon.
So maganda yun, Doc Krishna, financial literacy as young as grade 4.
Yes.
Because without financial literacy, baka mag-blow out yan later on, di ba? So, importante yung program, maganda yung
I'll ask for your contact number, Jacqueline.
Alam mo, I think you can do a collaboration. Nako, si Krishna and kay Jackie, sobrang sama na rin kami ni Sir Warren. Habang nag-uusap kayo, doon naman kami sa Dr. Wine.
Yes.
Mag-observe na kami ni Doc Warren.
Actually, we have a lot of projects. Including, you mentioned that you also went to Harvard University. That's one of our partner when it comes to development of our programs, because we are present in 123 countries.
Wow.
So
Galing.
Eton is present in other countries then. Maybe they are also part of the JE network. I'm the executive director right now of JE Philippines.
Sige, we could do a lot of things kasi it's easier na online naman eh.
Yes, it's easier now.
Yeah.
Saka both of you are decision makers, kaya madaling mag-usap.
It's already been proven. Actually, it's aligned with the OECD qualification framework. It's an international framework for financial literacy. And we were awarded na by Stevie and then nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize because of that.
So
Galing.
that's the thing. So
Congratulations.
siyempre, with the population na isipong almost 80% of the countries, iba yung strata, I'm sure that would really help, no? Kasi iba yung mindset. Kailangan talaga yung mindset mas-set.
We have
Mindset.
also your high school, right, Miss Jacqueline?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we have programs in partnership with European Union for entrepreneurship.
Wow.
You
Amazing.
can
Sige.
also collaborate with other countries as well, especially with EU schools.
Great, no? Kaya pala, Doc, no? I'm sure there's a reason we're all here. Everything has a
Yes.
purpose.
Yes.
So we learn from one another, and then we also say, oh, how can we collaborate and
Yes.
help more people? Always like that naman, helping and serving others.
Right. Nawala si Doc Don. He's from the Malayang pa naman. Yung mukha nga na ate internet. Warren, do you have anything that you want to add? Or, Ma'am Jackie, I'll take this opportunity. Thank you so much. It's always nice to talk to you. Sabi nga nila, di ba, diamond sharpens diamond. And this gentleman as well, they are also diamond in their own industry. Masarap talaga sa academy because you get to meet different people, leaders in their own field. And this is where, we exchange ideas, we verify what we learn, and it's always nice to learn new things. Kasi you're right in sinabi mo kanina, Miss Jackie, the things that you might learn yesterday might not be applicable today, di ba? There are companies might be successful yesterday but that can be your cause of failure tomorrow. Kasi external factors, it changes it, like technology, government, nagpapalit ng government, and behavior, among others. Yung COVID, no one foresee COVID, di ba? And even the brightest person in the country or even the world cannot so it really makes us stronger as either COVID will make or break you, di ba? A lot of companies ganun. And very interesting sa part ng Miss Jackie kasi it's a family corporation. And I think, guys, it's the first time for us to have a family corporation. No? And we're very proud kasi 50 years, 100% Filipino-owned company. And very rare talaga yun. And I think, maganda nga yung sinabi ni Doc Juan at ni Doc Krishna, siguro sa studies and research, third generation, even sa AIM, di ba, Ma'am Jackie, sinasabi ni Professor Ferreria yun. But if family values and faith is stronger, then third generation is just a statistics. Di ba? It's just a number. We are different because this is the way we do things, and yun. Galing, interesting. And Mama, let's visit yung school mo kasi we can collaborate siguro with some of the
During this pandemic, actually, we received several offers from local and international who wanted to buy the company. And nag-decide talaga, I think, pwede na. We were thinking, no? Magpahinga na. But I think at the end of the day, we decided not to sell.
Yeah.
Yun yung, and we can still grow in different ways and partner and collaborate, but still have our yung family values. Kasi
Yes.
I think pwede ka mag-grow na mag-sell, no? I think that's one option, but still dapat siguro either 60% or 51% ka para nandun pa din. Iba-iba, depende siguro sa industry, but it's very tempting. No?
Right.
Very tempted to start anew. But siguro, since, sabi nga ng mom ko, since yung company namin, surname namin, we also have to protect yung good name, yung
Yes.
pangalan. So I think yun yung lagi niyang instill sa mind namin na okay, it's something that we really work hard for. So
Right.
aalagaan mo din siya. Okay, I
Yes.
hope you learned something and we can after this, let's have dinner soon. Yan.
Yes, in this juncture, kung wala na kayong question, let me just present our certificate. Let me just read. I know this one. So, San Beda University Graduate School of Business awards this certificate of appreciation to Ms. Jacqueline Marzan Tolentino for sharing her exceptional experiences and distinguished professional abilities as resource speakers at the Graduate School of Business at Beda University, given this 5th day of November 2022 at San Beda University, Manila City via Zoom. Signed by Dr. Trinidad and our Dean, Dr. Ramon Ricardo Roque. Ma'am will just give this to you. We'll print it and then maybe we can make an arrangement. But again, thank you for sharing your knowledge, humility, and of course, the family and values. And one of these days, let's talk about ano naman, ma'am, the Word of God, being the author of 3 books. So thank you again, Krishna and Warren. No other words. Okay na siya. Maybe we can have a picture taking before we let Miss Jackie go.
Sabi ko yung San Beda close to our hearts kasi yung brother ko dyan nag-aral. Okay, sige.
Come and teach dito, Ma'am Jackie. For sure, you're gonna inspire a lot of students and mentors.
Sige.
Okay, let's take a picture in the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Ma'am Jackie will send, and is it okay to share your information to these 2 gentlemen, just in case we can collaborate? And I think that's part of our ano rin, grad school is to expand our network and make a difference.
Let's have dinner or cocktails sa Dr. Wine. Sige. I'll invite you.
Sige,
Ah,
sige.
thank-
I'll set an appointment, Miss Jacqueline. We have a lot of things to talk about.
Sige.
Looking forward, Ma'am
See
Jackie.
one another, okay?
Oo.
Sige. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nakikita